Okay, so limits. Tiger. Halika dito. Come here. Come here. Diyan ka. Iingay ka eh. Okay, so pagdating noisy. So pagdating sa limits, ang sinasabi lang ng limits actually is that hinahanap niya yung value ng function mo or ng f of x mo kapag yung x mo nag-approach ng certain number. Okay? So for example, ito binabasa natin to as limit as x approaches a. So any number yan, pwedeng integer, minsan fraction din. As x approaches a of f of x. Okay? So for example, if meron tayo nito, limit as x approaches 1 of f of x, okay, given tayo nito, ng line na to, kung ano man yung equation ng line na yan. Okay? Ang sinasabi nito is, ano yung value ng f of x mo or ng y mo? Okay? So actually, pag tinatanong tayo ng limit, ang hinahanap natin is yung y value. Y value yung binibigay natin. Okay? Pero hindi necessary na exact value ng y at x is equal to 1. So hindi natin tinitingnan kung ano yung x is equal to 1 exactly. Pero tinitingnan natin yung behavior ng ating function around it. Okay? So for example, this one, kung makikita nyo, ay, ang ating f of x, so as x approaches 1, so ito yung 1 natin, right? Ang behavior ng graph na to is lumalapit siya sa value na y is equal to 3. Okay? So yung mga values natin dito na malapit, meron tayong dyang, mali, dito pala. Meron tayong 2.8, 2.9, 2.999, 2.99999. So palapit siya ng palapit sa 3. So kapag titignan din natin ditong side, yung values natin dito, let's say here we have 4. Okay? Palapit ng palapit, we have 3.1. And then 3.01, 3.001, 3.00001 hanggang sa lumapit tayo sa 3. So hindi kailangan na define yung function natin sa x is equal to 1. Okay? Kasi hindi naman tayo concerned with its value at x is equal to 1. Clear ba yun? So actually, yung function natin, tinitingnan natin yung both sides. Yung from right side, okay? And then from left side. So kung from right side, so right side of 1, of x is equal to 1, dito yon. So, ano yung behavior ng graph? Ito, pag ganun siya. Tama? And from left side, ito, pag ganun naman siya. Okay? So, intro lang to para mag-gets nyo mamaya kung anong sinasolve natin. So, para mas maintindihan yung left and right side, minsan kinukunan natin ng limit yung mga ganitong functions. Wait lang. Ayaw mag-erase. Kailangang basa siya para mag-erase kasi naubos na yung black ko na marker na isa. Okay. So, for example, kapag meron naman tayong ganito, ay, sorry, na-erase ko na. Pero kanina, so, di ba nag-approach siya sa 3? So, yung limit as x approaches 1 of f of x is equal to 3. Okay? So, y value yung sagot natin. How about if meron tayong ganito? Okay, what if naman meron tayong ganitong graph and then ang hinahanap natin is limit as x approaches 2 of f of x. Okay? So kung ano man yung, anong tawag dito? Piecewise sa mga functions natin, step function natin. Okay? So kapag meron tayong ganito, ang ating limit as x approaches 2, okay? Ito yung 2 natin. Kung mapapansin nyo, from right, asan yung graph? Nandito, di ba? Okay, so it approaches itong value, which is 4. Okay? Pero from the left side naman, ang ina-approach niyang value is, ano yung y nito? 2. Okay? So yung left side and right side na limits natin is hindi equal. So kapag may ganitong question, limit as x approaches 2 ng f of x, ang tinitingnan dito is yung both sides. Okay? Kapag walang plus minus. So, paano naman kapag right side or left side? When we're looking at the left side, or from left, sorry. Mas tamang sabihin na from left. Ito yung natin, limit of as x approaches 2 from left side, okay, merong minus sign dyan or negative sign of f of x. Okay? From right side naman, limit as x approaches 2, may plus sign dyan or positive sign of f of x. Okay? So, kapag may ganitong tanong, for example, here, and meron tayong piecewise na function, tinitingnan natin yung left and right. So, dapat yung left side and right side natin ay equal para magkaroon ng value to. Okay? Mamaya sa examples natin, makikita natin na kapag hindi sila equal, ang limit nito is undefined or dito ginagamit natin yung D and E or does not exist. Okay? Pero ito may value to. From right side, ang limit niya is equal to, pag ganon, 4. Okay? How about this one? From left side, ang limit niya is 2. Since limit from right side is not equal sa limit from left, then ang limit of limit as x approaches 2 of f of x does not exist. Okay, may questions ba doon so far? May questions so
naman po.
Wala naman. Okay. Okay. So yung isa pang, I don't know if maabutan pa natin itong ma-discuss today, pero mag-intro na rin ako about it. Okay. So if you have this, meron tayong asymptotes here and here. Familiar sa asymptotes?
Yes po.
Sino yung sa akin? Let's say ito, negative 2, ito naman, negative 3. Okay? So, for example, here, kapag meron naman tayo tinatanong ng limit as x approaches positive infinity of f of x and limit as x approaches negative infinity of f of x, okay? Asan yung x positive infinity? Somewhere dito, right? Dito papunta yung positive infinity. X positive infinity. So, tinitingnan natin kung ano yung limit as x approaches yung positive infinity. And that would be, kapag titingnan natin sa graph, ano yung ina-approach niyang value? So habang lumalagin, palapit siya ng palapit dito. Anong value yun? Ito ang asymptote na y is equal to negative 2. So this is equal to negative 2. Okay? Paano naman ito as x approaches negative infinity? So papunta dun yung negative infinity. X approaches negative infinity. And kung makikita niyo itong graph, nasusundan natin siya papunta sa negative infinity. Somewhere there, kapag i-extend natin sa dulo, palapit siya ng palapit dito. Sa y is equal to 0. So, ang sagot natin dito is equal to 0. So, as you can see, yung functions natin is hindi naman defined at negative 2. Tama? Hindi rin siya defined at, hindi siya defined at positive infinity, hindi rin siya defined at negative infinity. Pero makukuha natin yung limit niya. So yung, kaya inaaral to kasi pagdating sa higher math, sa calculus, ito yung unang lesson, actually, pagdating sa calculus. Kumusta? Napuputol ba ako? Hindi naman. Okay. Now, ano itong mga nasa gilid? So, pansinin nyo muna itong properties. Daanan nyo, basahin, or take down, take notes if you want. Buburahin ko lang ito. Okay ka na, guys. Baba na ko now. Okay. So, tingnan natin itong mga properties ng limits. The first one, limit as x approaches a of c of any constant is just equal to the constant. Okay? So, for example, if we have, iba na lang, para hindi ako mahirapan magbura. Limit as x approaches, kahit anong number pa yan, let's say 100 of 12, ang sagot is always, kung ano yung constant? 12. Okay? Ito namang pangalawa, limit as x approaches a of x is equal to a. Ano naman sinasabi niyan? Kapag may x ka lang dito, basically yung function mo is yan lang. F of x is equal to x. X approaches kahit anong number pa yan, let's say negative 3. Nasagot natin dito is just, kung ano man ito, negative 3. Okay? And ano ba yung mga next? Ito, sinasabi niya lang na if meron kang function, tapos may multiplier siya, let's say we have 2 times x squared plus 4x minus 1. Tapos kinukuha natin yung limit niyan at something. Okay? Kung ano man yung limit nito, ang limit ng buong thing can simply be 2 times limit of this part. Okay? So, yan medyo, mas madali mamaya kapag nag-examples tayo. Ito naman, sum or difference ng two functions. Pag kinukuha mo yung limit nun, pwede mo siyang hatiin. Limit of f of x as x approaches a plus limit of g of x as x approaches a. Okay? Ganun din pagdating sa multiplication and sa division. Okay? And dito naman, kapag raised to a power, pwede mong kunin yung nasa loob, limit ng nasa loob, and then erase mo yung nakuha mong limit to the, kung ano man yung power niya. Okay? So, ito nag-a-apply kapag integers or nag-a-apply din kapag fraction. Okay? Fraction of two integers. So, basically, ito lang yun, yung nasa baba. Okay? So, nilista ko lang dyan, pero tingnan natin ito mga different ways to solve or to approach yung ating limit problems. Wait lang ha, nahulog ako. Baba na yung tags. Okay, first one here sinasabing plug in. So, yung mga pwede mong applyan nito would be kapag meron kang polynomials. Okay, automatically pag polynomials lang yan, you can just plug in and then you can get the limit. For example, so actually if you have, in general, if you have a limit as x approaches a of p of x, okay, where this is a polynomial, sana ano yung mga polynomial? Hindi na pala kita. Okay, I hope familiar tayo sa polynomials. This is just equal to P of A. So basically, ipa-plug in mo lang ito sa function. Okay? To get this one. So, magtingin tayo ng examples. Hindi na nababasa, no? Sorry, mag-red pen na lang ako. Okay. For example, if we have limit as x approaches 2 of 3x plus 1 raised to 5. Okay? Ito, this is just a polynomial, tama? Pwede natin itong i-expand into a polynomial na may degree na yan. Okay? Ang sabi dito, ang limit ng isang polynomial as x approaches a is just yung value ng polynomial at x is equal to a. So basically, since x is equal to 2, pa-plug in lang natin yan. This is equal to 3 times 2 plus 1 raised to 5. Okay? Pinlog in ko lang ito. So, ang value natin dito is 6 plus 1 raised to 5, which is equal to 7 raised to 5. Okay, hindi ko na i-multiply yan. Okay, or another way to think about this is equal to the limit ng 3x plus 1, x approaches 2 raised to 5. Actually, ito yung mas tama. Technically, if kailangan mo ipakita yung buong solution, ito muna yung pagdadaanan mo. Okay? Limit ng 3x plus 1 raised to 5 is just equal to this, given by this property. Okay? Pero syempre, pag nag-exam, so shortcut na lang natin yan. Plug na lang rin natin agad yung 2. Okay? Kasi ito, equal lang yan sa 3 times 2 plus 1 raised to 5. So as you can see, pareho lang. Okay? And we will get this answer, 7 raised to 5. Another one, limit as x approaches negative 2. So, pwedeng negative number yan. Yung hinahanapan natin ng limit. We have 2x squared minus 3x plus 9. Okay, so try this one. Anong sagot natin dito? Jedi.
Wait lang po, medyo matagal po ako mag-solve.
Okay lang.
Sige po.
Alam ko nagsasolve pa naman. Okay?
Plug in lang po, di ba?
Plug in lang kasi we have here a polynomial.
So, yung ano po, yung naging sagot ko po, 7. Hala, di ako sure, pero nag-plug in lang din ako.
Okay, tingnan natin. Okay, this one, 2 times, ito magiging 4, so that's 8. 3 times negative 2, that's negative 6, pero may negative, so magiging positive 6. Okay, plus 9. 8 plus 6 plus 9, that's equal to, anong sagot? 14 plus 9, 23. Saka nagkamali? Dito? Sa
Yung sign po. Yung sa sign po.
Okay, so be careful lang sa sign na. Kasi ito, kung concept-wise, madali lang, di ba? Kasi magpa-plug in ka lang. So careful lang sa signs. So kailan pa tayo pwede mag-plug in? Pwede tayo mag-plug in kapag meron lang tayong ganito. Anything here, okay? Tapos kung magbibigay ito sa atin na positive na integer, we can just plug in. So, ganito ang technique always. Kapag may limits problem, i-plug in nyo muna. Okay? Tapos tingnan nyo yung sagot kapag may makuha kayo. Okay? So, So for example, if we have limit as x approaches 4 of x squared plus 33. Okay? Try to plug in. Ano makukuha ang sagot? Sige.
So, yung sa akin po is 7 since na-square root yung 49.
Okay, good. 16 plus 33, that's equal to 49 or 7. Okay? So how about kapag meron tayong rational expressions? Ano nga pag rational expressions? Meron tayong polynomial over another polynomial. Okay? So for example, if we have this limit as x approaches 2 of x squared minus 2x minus 3 all over x squared minus 9. Okay. Now, kapag meron kang rational expression, minsan mag-work yung plug-in. Minsan, hindi. Now, try to plug in 2 sa value ng x dito. Okay, ang magiging sagot natin dito is, kumusta? Nakuha na ba?
Opo. Yan po, negative 3 over negative 5.
Or 3/5. Okay? So dito, may nakuha tayong definite na value. So this is our answer here. What if ito ay 3? If you plug in 3, ano makakuha mo sagot? Three squared minus 2 times 3 minus 3. If you add itong dalawa, magiging negative 9. So 9 minus 9 will give us 0. So meron tayo dito 0 over 0. Correct? Iba yung nakuha mo?
Yes po.
Okay. So since may 0 over 0 tayo, ano to? Can we say simply 0 or infinity? Ito ay hindi defined for now. So actually, for these types of problems, hindi mag-a-apply yung simple na plug-in. So once meron kang rational expression, okay, before mo i-plug in totally sa buong expression, maganda na i-check mo muna yung denominator niya. Okay? So kapag meron kang rational expression, the first thing you do is check this one. Okay? X squared minus 9 equal ba sa 0? Okay? If not equal to 0, plug in. Okay? If denominator nung rational expression, if the denominator is not equal to 0, plug in. Kapag equal to 0, proceed tayo sa next natin na approach. That is to factor. Okay? So, since equal to 0, hindi natin ma-apply yung plug-in kasi magkakaroon tayo ng something over 0. Okay? But take note na kapag yung sagot mo is 0 over any number, let's say -1, that's just equal to 0. So defined yan. Ha? Yung tinitingnan lang natin is kapag nagze-0 yung denominator. So in this case, yes, nagze-0 yung denominator. So since 0 yung denominator, we will try to factor. Limit as x approaches 3. Anong factor nitong nasa taas? Kumusta ang factoring natin? Kaya isa yun sa mga basic skills talaga kasi lalabas at lalabas talaga sa different topics in algebra and pagdating sa calculus. So here we have x minus 3 and x plus 1. Okay? Dito naman sa baba, difference of 2 squares, x minus 3, x plus, 3. Okay? So as you can see, meron tayong pwedeng i-cancel, correct? Ano yung pwede natin ma-cancel dito?
Yung x minus 3 po.
Okay? So may iwan tayo with this one. Limit as x approaches 3 of x plus 1, x plus 3. Now, if I plug in 3 dito, ano makukuha ko? Non-zero na, di ba? So plug in na lang natin yan. 3 plus 1 over 3 plus 3 or 4 over 6 or 2/3. Tama ba yung arithmetic ko? Okay? So, apply natin yung factoring na method. Tingin pa tayo ng more examples. So, this time, we're doing factoring. Okay. So, take note kapag nag-approach ka, kaya ako sinulat that way, kasi para hindi ka all over the place na parang, mag-LCD ba ako, magpa-factor ba ako, mag-expand pa ako. You always need to check if pwede mo siyang i-plug in, check if there's something to factor out. Then kapag wala, check if meron ganito, and so on. So, i-discuss naman natin isa-isa. Pero in order na yun ng pag-approach sa ating problem. Okay? Another example. Ay, binigay. Okay, how about if you have this one? Sige, kaya bang ma-practice yung factoring? Itong nasa taas, x and x lang yan. Okay, factors ng 2 na kapag i-add natin, since positive to, will give us 3. That would be plus 2 and plus 1. Correct? So, don't forget, meron nakasulat dapat na ganyan dito. Okay? How about itong nasa baba? X squared, so x and x lang yan ulit. Okay? Factors of 6, that will give us negative 5 kapag sinubtract natin siya. Kasi negative ito. Okay? So, dapat magsasubtract tayo. That would be negative 6 and positive 1. Okay? So, meron tayong pwedeng i-cancel. So, minsan, one way to check if tama yung factoring mo, lalo na pagdating sa science, is kapag meron kang ma-cancel. Kapag wala, you need to check if tama ba yung pag-factor mo. So, here, maka-cancel lang itong dalawa. May iwan tayo with this. Limit as x approaches negative 1 of x plus 2, x minus 6. Okay? So, plug in na lang tayo dyan. Negative 1 plus 2. Sige, ibahin natin yung fruit. Para mas nakikita. Negative 1 plus 2 over negative 1 minus 6. Okay, so that's equal to, nasa taas 1, ito, negative 7. Or negative 1 over 7. Okay, question so far? Mahirap ba?
Okay lang po. Tsaka thank you po sa pag-emphasize ng factoring.
Yes, kailangan, yeah, paulit-ulit talaga yun yung factoring sa mathematics. Okay. Okay. So, kanina nakalimutan kong gawin yung check. Okay. Again, pag nakakita ka ng ganito, minsan, pwede mo siyang ma-factor. Ito yung problem kanina, di ba? So, pwede mo siyang ma-factor. Makita mo may makakancel. Pero minsan, hindi mo kailangan mag-factor. Like, for example, kanina, yung limit natin is approaches 2. So, always, bago ka mag-factor, kahit factorable silang dalawa, is to check if you can plug in dito sa denominator. So, x squared minus 9 3 squared minus 9, that's equal to 0. So, ibig sabihin, hindi mag-work yung plug-in na method. So, saka ka mag-factor. Sorry, sa previous problems, hindi ko na-emphasize yun. But you need to check first kasi sayang yung effort. Okay? So, this is equal to limit as x approaches 3 of, factor natin to, kanina nabigay ko na, x minus 3, x plus 1. Okay? Kapag negative to, factors niya is isa-subtract mo. Pag positive to, yung factors niya is i-add mo to get this one. Okay? Sa baba, x plus 3, x minus 3. Pero pala example kanina. Okay, so plug in lang to. We will have 3 plus 1 over 3 plus 3 or 2/3. Okay? Tumob. Pinapansin. Yan pala yung kanina. Okay. Okay. Try this one. Okay. Subukan mo to ha. Sabihan mo ako kapag may nakuha ka.
Tapos na po ako, pero di ko po alam kung tama. So, yung nakuha ko po is 8 over negative 2, tapos sinimplify ko po siya into 4 over negative 1, tapos, ayun po, negative 4 over 1.
Okay. So, tip ko sa yung pag-exam ha, if you can skip yung pagsusulat, skip it to this one. Okay? Pag nakita mo na. Pero syempre, pag nagpa-practice, magandang detailed para nababalikan ko saan nagkakamali. So, good practice yan. Okay, ano yung nasa taas? Ano yung factors natin dito?
X plus 7 and x plus 3.
Okay, about itong nasa baba?
X plus 3 and x minus 3.
Minus 1.
Ay, opo, sorry, minus 1.
Okay. Cancel, cancel. Correct? May iwan ka with this. Limit as x approaches 1, x plus 7 over x minus 1. Approaches 1. Ano mangyayari dito? 0 pa rin siya, correct? If you plug in 1 plus 7, 1 minus 1, that will give you 8 over 0 or positive infinity. So actually, in this case, hindi natin sinasabing positive infinity. We say na since it approaches yung positive infinity, we say na does not exist yung limit. Okay? So kapag ito na yung final answer mo, Tama, di ba? In-apply mo na yung factoring. Pero despite that, ito pa rin talaga yung sagot. So we say that does not exist. Okay? So here, limitless yung limit niya as x approaches 1. So D and E does not exist. Okay? Clear ba? Kung bakit naging D and E dito? Pero dito hindi. Kasi you need to try pa. Kasi minsan, kasi if i-factor mo to, tapos pwede ka magkaroon ng finite na value. Pero pwede rin na infinite pa rin yung value. Pero yung point is, kapag hindi mag-work yung plug-in sa first, you still need to try the other method na pwede mong i-apply. So here the answer is, does not exist. Okay. Last example. Okay. How about this one? Anong factors nitong nasa taas? Okay, if we check this one, 4 squared minus 16, that's equal to 0. So yung denominator natin is 0. So hindi mag-work yung plug-in method. So mag-factor tayo. Okay, ano itong nasa taas? Cube, difference of 2 cubes. So ibig sabihin meron tayo. Pag minus to, A minus B times, naalala ba? A squared plus AB plus B squared. Okay? Tama ba? Tama yung signs ko. Okay. So if meron tayong yan, X, ano yung cube root ng 64? Cube root of 64 is 4. Okay? So X minus 4, X squared plus 4 times X. Sulat natin dito yung cube. Wait lang para mas clear. Ang cube root ng X cube is X. Ang cube root ng 64 is 4. Okay? So here, ito, pa-plug natin sa A. At yung 4 naman, pa-plug in natin sa B. So we have this 1x minus 4, x squared plus 4 times x, 4x plus 4 squared or 16. Over difference of 2 squares, x minus 4, x plus 4. Okay, cancel yung x minus 4. May iwan tayo with this. Okay? And pwede na natin i-plug in. Kasi nag-factor na tayo. And as makita nyo, hindi na mag-zero yung baba natin. Okay? 4, x plus 4, x squared plus 4x. Okay, so yung mga ganitong part ng solution, pwede nyo nang skip during college entrance test. Pag nakita nyo ito, mag-plug in na kayo agad para save ng time. Okay? This is equal to x squared, 4 squared plus 4 times 4. Okay, plus 16 over 4 plus 4. Okay, 16 times 3, kumbaga. Okay, itong nasa taas is 48 over 8 or 6. Okay? Correct ba yung arithmetic ko? So this is equal to 6 in your final answer. Okay. Now yung next method natin is yung getting the LCD. Solving limits by getting the LCD. So ano yung example niyan? For example, if we have limit as x approaches 5, x minus 5. Okay. dito may okay, try natin yung plug-in. So, always itatry mo na yung plug-in. Kahit ganito yung itsura. So, if we try to plug this in, okay, this is going to be equal to 0 yung nasa baba. So, hindi mag-work yung pag-plug in. Now, check if you can factor anything. May mapa-factor ka ba? Wala naman, di ba? So, that's when you use LCD. So, usually, ganito yung mukha ng gagamitan mo ng LCD. Okay? Kapag meron kang rational, tapos yung nasa taas mo, sum or difference or basta mga combination ng ganyan. Para kang may mga expression sa taas. Okay? So here, anong kukunin ko ng LCD? Itong nasa taas. Limit as x approaches 5. Okay. Anong LCD ng x, ng 1 over x and 1 over 5? That would be 5x. Tama? So itong nasa taas, siya yung kinukunin mo ng LCD. Okay? 1 over x minus 1 over 5. Or in short, ipagsasama mo siya. Okay? Pag pinagsama natin to, or express natin as a single rational expression, ano yung denominator? 5x, tama? X and 5. Okay? So cross-multiply lang yan. 5 minus x. Question, nakuha ba kung paano nakuha to? Kung saan nanggaling to? Or nalito? Okay lang, sabihin lang para i-explain. Alam ko saan, narinig ba? Alam ko saan nanggaling to?
Ano po, medyo naghang po kayo kanina.
Ay,
Sorry po.
naghang ako. Sorry. Hanggang saan? Matagal?
Hindi naman po, yung bago po yung nasa green marker na 5 minus x.
Okay. So, this one, siya yung kukunin natin ng LCD. Yung 1 over x and 1 over 5. Anong LCD nilang dalawa?
5x po.
5x. Okay? So, ano yung dapat yung nasa taas natin ngayon? Ano na yung numerator natin? 5x divided by x times itong nasa taas. So, we have 5 minus 5x divided by 5. So, that's x times 1. So, meron tayong x. Okay, so alam kung saan yung galing to. Alam kung paano mag-transform nito into this, into a single expression. Or nalilito sa gano'n?
Nalilito po.
Okay. So, remember if may ganito ka, tapos, let's say yung instruction is simplify or express as a single expression. Di ba kapag sige, ano muna tayo? Numbers. 1/2 and 1/5. Okay? To subtract this, kailangan natin ng LCD. Di ba? Anong LCD ng 2 and 5? Least common multiple or least common denominator. That would be 10. Tama? Alam ba paano kumuha ng LCD?
Yes po.
Okay. So, ang LCD natin is 10. Ang 1/2 magiging LCD is 10. Okay? Ang numerator nito would be 10 divided by 2. So, that's 5 times the numerator nito will give us the bagong numerator. So, that's 5. Tama? How about here? 10 divided by 5. That's equal to 2 times 1. So, dito, 2 over 10. Or, 5 minus 2 over 10. Parang ganito lang rin dito. Okay? 1 over x minus 1 over 5. Ang LCD natin ay 5x. Okay? So, 5x divided by x, that's 5 times 1, so 5. Okay? 5x divided by 5. X. So, x times 1, may tayong x dyan. So, we have 5 minus x all over. Pwede natin silang ipagsama kasi pareho na yung denominator niya. 5x. Okay? So, yan lang yun. So, here, we can rewrite this as 5 minus x over 5x all over x minus 5. Okay? So take note, denominator to ng buong nasa taas. Correct? So kapag meron kang ganyan, this is also just equal to 1. Kunin mo lang yung reciprocal niya. Tama? Para maging multiplication. So we can rewrite this limit as x approaches 5 of 5 minus x over 5x times reciprocal nung nasa baba, 1 over x minus 5. Correct? Okay, so meron tayong ganito. Now, meron ba tayong pwedeng i-cancel dito? Nakikita niyo ba? Itong 5 minus x and x minus 5, pag i-divide mo sila, ang sagot is negative 1. Tama? Kasi let's say, palabasin ko yung negative dito sa 5 minus x. Okay? If I multiply this by negative 1, anong makakuha ko? Negative 5 plus x, rearrange natin, x minus 5. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, 5 minus x and x minus 5, pwede mag-cancel. May iwan ako with negative 1. Okay? Nakuha kung saan nanggaling si negative 1?
Yes po.
Okay, so this is equal to negative 1 over 5x. Now, pwede na tayo mag-substitute. Limit as x approaches 5, negative 1 over 5x is equal to negative 1 over 5 times 5 or negative 1 over 25. Okay, yan yung final answer natin dito. One more example, then short quiz tayo. Okay. Question lang, ano ang strand mo, Jen?
ABM po.
Kaya hindi kayo na ganito.
Opo. Pero nasa science high school po ako. Hindi naman po galing science high school ng junior high. So, nung diniscuss po siya, yan po yung subject na nabagsak ko.
So, na-discuss naman ng onte, parang gano'n.
Opo. Pero wala na po akong maalala. So, thank you po.
Okay lang. Kailangan talaga mag-review kapag mga entrance exam. Okay, dito, mag-work ba yung plug-in? Hindi. Kasi, ito magiging, pag pinlogin natin, 0 na siya agad. Okay? So here, di mag-work yung plug-in. May ma-factor ba tayo? Wala din naman. So, again, pareho siya ng format, something plus or minus ng nasa taas. So, ito, kukunin natin yung LCD. Okay? Itong nasa taas, anong LCD niya? LCD niya would be, kapag walang common factor, like this one, x plus 5, yan na yung buong factor eh. And 5, wala naman silang common factor, okay? So, ibig sabihin, to get the LCD, i-multiply mo lang talaga sila. Okay, yun yung shortcut. So, this is equal to, i-multiply mo lang, 5 times x plus 5, okay? And then, cross-multiply. Okay, so 5 times 1, yun yung mauna dito, x plus 5 times 1, so that's x plus 5. Okay? And then, don't forget yung sign, minus. Okay? So, basta pag wala silang common factor, usually, medyo ganun yung binibigay. Lalo na basic calculus lang naman. So, usually ganun. And, yan. So, multiply mo lang. Yun yung denominator. Then, cross-multiply. 5 times 1. So, mauna yung 5. Okay? Pag ganun. So, siya yung mauna dito. Minus, kung ano man yun nandito. Okay. So here we have 5 minus x plus 5 over 5 times x plus 5. Okay? All over x, correct? If we simplify itong nasa taas, 5 minus x plus 5, this is going to be equal to what? Actually, dapat sinimplify ko bago ko siya ilagay dyan. So, isimplify natin dito. 5 minus, so i-distribute ko yung negative 1 sa dalawa. Minus x minus 5 over 5 times x minus 5. Okay? Anong mangyayari dito? Anong may iwan sa taas? 5 minus x minus 5. Ano may iwan sa
Five.
taas?
5 na lang po.
Magsasubtract to. 5 minus 5 is equal to 0. So yung may iwan sa taas is negative x. Nakuha ba? Na-imagine? 5 minus x minus 5. So kumbaga 5 minus 5, that's 0. So mawawala na yun. May iwan tayo with negative x. So yun na isulat natin dito. Instead of ito. Simplified na. Negative x over 5 times x minus 5. Okay? So, rewrite natin to. Limit as x approaches 0. Yung nasa baba, pwede natin siya gawing multiplication and reciprocal lang. So, negative x over 5x minus 5 times reciprocal nito. Reciprocal of x is 1 over x. Now, pwede natin i-cancel. Okay, may iwan tayo with negative dito. So, negative 1. Negative 1 times negative 1. So, negative 1 over 5 times x minus 5. Okay? So, ito, pa-plug in na natin. Negative 1 over 5 times 0 minus 5. Okay? So, ito, yung 0 minus 5, magiging negative 5 lang yan. Tama? So, negative 1 over 5 times negative 5, negative 25. Or 1 over 25. Okay, yan yung final answer natin. Tama ba yung signs ko? Ay, sorry. Positive pala to. Okay, may mali sa signs ko. Positive to. So, positive to dapat. Positive. Positive, positive. So, positive 5 pala. So, negative 1 over positive 25. So, ito na yung final answer. Sorry, negative 1 over 25. Mali ako ng sign kanina. Nakuha yung correction? Okay. May questions ba bago tayo mag-quiz? Ay, hindi. Isa pa muna. Yung pag-expand. Pag humihinto yung audio ko or naglalag ako, sabihan mo ako para ma-repeat ko ha. Next would be yung kailan naman tayo mag-expand. Okay? For example, if we have limit as x approaches okay. If you plug in 0, magiging 0 yung denominator. So, hindi pwede mag-work yung first method. Factor. Okay. We can factor this one, di ba? Tama? This is a perfect difference of 2 squares. Okay? Ito squared. So, 9 is a perfect square. That's difference of 2 squares. Pero kahit mag-effort pa akong i-factor to, may factor ba siya na x? Wala, di ba? So, wala akong maka-cancel. So, it doesn't make sense kapag i-factor ko pa to. So, what we can do is expand natin to and hope na merong ma-simplify dyan such that maka-cancel natin tong x sa baba. Okay? That's the goal. So, limit as x approaches 0, expand natin to. Okay? If we expand this one, x plus 3 squared, that's equal to x squared plus 6x plus 9. Okay? Foil method lang. Bahala ka. Hayaan ko na kayo mag-review kung paano nyo yan nire-review. But if you square this one, ito yung makukuha. Okay? So, i-substitute natin yan dito. X squared plus 6x plus 9 minus, ito yung x plus 3, so minus 9 over x. Simplify natin itong nasa taas. Limit as x approaches 0. Ano mangyayari dito sa 9? Positive 9 minus 9, 0 lang to. Correct? So may iwan tayo with x squared plus 6x over x. Now ito, pag may factor tayo dito, may maka-cancel na tayo. So we factor itong nasa taas. Limit as x approaches 0. Anong common factor niya ng dalawa? Well, one clue is gusto mo makancel yung x. So dapat may factor dyan na x. Labas natin yung x. x squared divided by x, that's equal to x, plus 6x divided by x, so 6. Okay? Alam ko saan ang galing to bago tayo mag-proceed. Nakuha ko
Yes
na.
po.
Okay. Now we can cancel itong dalawa. May iwan tayo with limit as x approaches 0 of x plus 6. Okay? Now substitute 0 plus 6 or simply 6. Okay? Yun na yung ating final answer dito. One more, then sige, sa atin. Ganito yung mga common na itsura ng pag-expand natin. Okay? Kapag wala kang makitang, kapag wala ka namang maka-cancel out. So, minsan, pwedeng hindi lang yan x dito, pero since limited time tayo, pinili ko lang yung mga basic na feeling ko lalabas din within sa sets nyo. Okay? Here, kay factorable to, walang sense. So, we just expand. Limit as x approaches 0. Ito, pag in-expand natin to, ano makukuha natin? 2 minus x times 2 minus x, that's equal to 4 minus 4x plus x squared. Okay? Times 2 minus x. Continue natin dito. 4 minus 4x plus x squared times 2 minus x. Okay? And multiply natin by 2. Unahin natin to. Multiply natin sa lahat. So we have 8 minus 8x plus 2x squared. Okay? Minus negative x, multiply natin sa lahat. Or, ginawa ko, sige, multiply natin sa lahat. So, negative 4x, negative times negative, magiging positive to, 4x squared, okay? Plus, positive times negative, so negative x cubed. Simplify natin to. We have, ito pinakamalaki, so negative x cubed. Ano yung mga x squared? Positive 2x squared and positive 4x squared. So that's positive 6x squared. Negative 8x and negative 4x, so that's negative 12x. Okay? Plus 8. So ito, yan yung expanded form nito. Okay? So, kopyahin natin dito sa taas. We'll have negative x cubed plus 6x squared minus 12x plus 8. Okay? Minus 8 all over x. So, ito, positive 8 minus 8, equal lang yan sa 0. So, may iwan tayo nito. And kung mapapansin nyo, pwede natin i-factor out yung x dito sa taas para mag-cancel dito sa baba. Kasi lahat sila merong x. So, limit as x approaches 0, ano may iwan? Negative x squared plus 6x minus 12. Okay? Hindi ko na nilagay yung x. X over x na yan. Cancel. Tama? Sige, lagyan na natin. Cancel, cancel. May iwan tayo nito. So, substitute na natin yung 0. We have negative 0 squared minus 6 times 0 minus 12. Or, negative 12. Okay? Yan yung ating final answer. So far sa first 4, may questions ba bago ako magbigay ng quiz? Sabihin ko. May questions?
Wala po.
Okay.
-1 and -5 po ba yung number to
Yes,
entry?
-1, -5, ito 7. Done?
Hindi pa po.
Okay. Sige, go lang. Stuck ba?
Dun po sa ano, dun sa number 3 po. Pero sinasolve ko pa po.
girls. Okay. Okay, let's continue. So, itong number 1, yung limit nitong nasa loob, squared is just equal to this 1. So, nire-write ko siya this way. Ito yung parang complete way of solving it. So, let's solve for the limit dito sa loob. Ito yung factors niya. X minus 7, X minus 4 over 7 minus X. So, itong dalawa magka-cancel will give us negative 1. Okay, so may iwan sa atin. Limit as X approaches 7. Okay, of negative of this one, negative 1 times X minus 4 or 4 minus X. Okay, so substitute na natin. 4 minus 7, that's equal to negative 3. Pero take note, yan yung nasa loob nito. Meron pa tayong squared, okay? So this is equal to negative 3 squared or 9. Nakuha ba? Okay, answer is 9. Okay, how about number 2? Plug in lang to, okay? Plug in lang yun agad. Negative 1 raised to 4, that's equal to 1. Okay? Minus 4 times negative 1 cube. Negative 1 cube is equal to negative 1. Tama? Negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1. Negative 1. So, negative 1 times negative 4, magiging positive 4 ito. Okay? Plus 5, that's equal to 10. Nakuha ba? Sana nakuha. Okay, this is 10. How about here? LCD method ito. Okay? So, ito, kunin natin yung LCD niya. 1/5 plus 1 over x. Okay? 5 over x. 5 over x. Tama? Cross multiply. So, x, 5. So, we will have x plus 5 over 5 over x. Okay? So, kinambine lang natin to and we got this one. So, we have here x plus 5 over 5x. So, limit as x approaches 5 all over 10 plus 2x. So, rewrite natin to na multiplication para mas madali or para makita natin mga pwede natin i-cancel. Okay? Buburahin ko lang to. Limit as x approaches 5. Okay, here we have x plus 5 over 5x times reciprocal ng denominator niya, which is 10 plus 2x. So, 1 over 10 plus 2x. Okay, so yan yung meron tayo. If mapapansin mo, pwede natin itong i-factor, correct? Anong factor ng 10 plus 2x? Pag finactor out natin yan, ang makuha natin is, pwede natin ilabas yung 2. So, 2 times 5 plus x. Or, 5 plus x, pareho lang yan sa x plus 5, correct? Rearrange lang. 2 times x plus 5, correct? So, balik tayo dito. Limit as x approaches 5, x plus 5 over 5x times 1 over 2 times x plus 5. Okay? Pwede tayong mag-cancel ng x plus 5. May iwan sa atin. 1 over 5x times 2 or 1 over 10x. Now, substitute natin. 1 over 10 times 5. Correct? Anong final answer natin dyan? Final answer is, negative 5 pala. So, negative 5. So, 1 over negative 50 or negative 1 over 50. Okay? Ito yung mga final answer natin dito. Okay, may time pa tayo. Now, paano naman kapag meron tayong mga square root? Okay. Kapag meron tayong mga square root, ang ginagamit natin doon is conjugate. So for example, familiar sa conjugate? Square root of x plus 1, ang conjugate niya would be, papalitan lang natin yung sign na to. So magiging square root of x minus 1. Okay, yan yung conjugate niya. So what if we have 5 minus square root of x? Ang conjugate niya would be 5 square root of x. Itong negative magiging positive. Okay? Yun lang yan. Yun yung conjugate. So, now we apply natin yung concept na yan. If we have limit x approaches 0 of x of, square root of 25 minus x, okay, minus 5 over x. So, wala tayong makakancel dyan. Wala tayong ma-expand. May square root tayo. So, let's apply yung concept ng conjugate. Multiply natin siya by its conjugate. So, ibig sabihin, we multiply yung numerator and denominator by the conjugate. Ano yung conjugate nito? Square root of 25 minus x. Ito magiging plus. So, we have plus 5. Ganun din sa baba. Okay? Para essentially, we are multiplying it by 1. Kaya, minumultiply natin sa numerator and denominator.
Ask ko lang po, bakit hindi rin po pinalitan yung 25 minus x?
Okay. Ito, nasa loob siya ng square root. Okay, so kahit ano pa yung nasa loob niyan, minus something, ito lang yung pinapalitan mo. Okay? Ito lang. Nasa loob siya. Remember, kanina we have square root of x minus 1. Okay? Ang conjugate niya is square root of x plus 1. Kaya meron tayong square root of x squared minus 10 plus x plus 9. Okay? Ang conjugate nito would be square root of x squared minus 10 plus x minus 9. Okay? Wala tayong pakisa nasa loob. Alright? Kasi ang goal natin, mawala yung square root niya na yan. So, going back here, multiply. Okay, FOIL method lang to. Times yan. Okay? So, FOIL method, since conjugate siya, makikita mo, meron tayong products ng difference of two squares. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, ang product nila would be, isa-square lang natin to, minus square nitong pangalawa. Okay? So, square root of 25 minus x squared, that would be 25 minus x. Correct? Minus, square natin yung 5, that's 25. All over, x times this one. So, huwag muna natin palitan. Ay, huwag muna natin i-distribute. 25 minus x plus 5. Okay? Na kung mapapasin mo dito sa taas, pwede natin itong tanggalin. 25 minus x minus 25. So we have 25 minus 25. That's equal to 0. May iwan tayo with negative x. Okay? Negative x and x pwedeng mag-cancel. So magka-cancel sila. May iwan tayo with negative 1 sa taas. Nakaka-follow pa? Sabihin na pag may nalito Okay? Now, can we substitute? Pwede na. Okay, substitute lang natin yung 0 sa x is equal to negative 1 over square root of 25 minus 0, that's 25, plus 5. Okay? Ito magiging 5. Square root of 25, that's just equal to 5. So we will have negative 1 over 5 plus 5 or 10. Okay? So may questions dito? Bakit tayo mag-next example?
Ask ko lang po ulit dun sa ano. Paano po naging negative 1 po ulit?
Okay.
Yung numerator.
Sige. We have here, pero nakuha kung saan nanggaling tong 25 minus x minus 5. Okay,
Yes po.
Ay, sorry. Minus 25. Okay? 25 minus x minus 25. Di ba pwede nating i-drop yung parentheses? Kasi nag-add ka lang naman eh. Wala ka naman ng minumultiply sa 25 minus x. Correct? So pwede natin siyang i-drop. 25 minus x minus 25. So meron kang 25 and negative 25. That's equal to 25 minus 25, 0. Correct? So mawawala lang sila. Equal lang sila to 0. So wala na tayong pake. Negative x, negative x over x. Pwede silang mag-cancel, correct? May iwan tayo with negative, okay? Or negative 1. Kaya tayo may naiwang negative 1 sa numerator. Nakuha ba? Or medyo nalito pa yan?
Thank you
Ma'am,
po. Okay na po.
Paano po
sorry.
kapag x over negative x? Sa baba naman yung negative 1.
Oo, pero hindi siya magmamatter. Kasi kahit nasa baba yung negative 1, guys, ito, di ba equal lang siya sa... Di ba equal lang sila? Negative 1 over 5 sa 1 over negative 5. Okay? So pag gano'n, basta alam mo meron kang negative sign. Okay? Pero kung nalilito, iwan mo lang siya muna sa baba. Okay? Hayaan mo muna siyang nasa baba. Tapos later on, makikita mo naman na hindi nagmamatter kung nasa taas or baba mo siya sinulat. Okay? Pag nagka-cancel lang ganun. Pero correct, technically, kung negative is nasa baba, edi yung sa baba yung negative 1. Okay? Then, bahala na mag-simplify kung saan nga mapupunta si negative. Okay. Sige, two more example, tapos quiz tayo on this conjugate. Okay. Okay. Plug-in method, hindi mag-work kasi mag-zero itong x minus 5. Okay? So, conjugate tayo dito. Let's multiply it by square root of x plus 11. Okay, hindi yan nagbabago. Plus 4. Ito yung papalitan natin. Over square root of x plus 11 plus 4. Okay, so may ganun tayo. Factors ng different of 2 squares. So, square lang ito minus square nito. We have limit as x approaches 5 of x plus 11, minus 4 squared, 16. All over x minus 5 times square root of x plus 11 plus 4. Okay, ito yung nasa baba. If we simplify itong sa taas, x plus 11 minus 16, that's equal to what? Ano yung nasa taas natin? X plus 11. 11 minus 16? Nag-lag ba ako? Anong nasa taas natin?
Ano po? Negative 5.
Negative 5. So, x minus 5. X minus 5 over x minus 5, pwede tayong mag-cancel. Okay? May iwan tayo with limit as x approaches 5, 1 over square root of x plus 11 plus 4. Okay? Substitute 1 over square root of 5 plus 11 plus 4. 5 plus 11, that's equal to 16. Square root of 16, that's equal to 4. So, meron tayong 1 over 4 plus 4. Or 1 over 8. Okay? No questions? Okay. Sige, last example before quiz. Okay, so pwedeng nasa denominator yung mayroong square. If we check for plug-in, ang mangyayari would be magiging siyang 0. So, hindi mag-work. Okay? So, pwede dito, pwede kang conjugate. So, try natin yon. Pero actually, kung mag-conjugate ka dito, wala kang makakancel, okay? So, ito, sinama ko lang dito. Na kapag meron kang may square root, hindi necessary na always kang mag-conjugate. If ganito ka-simple, okay, if mapapansin mo actually, you can treat itong square root of x as a single variable. So, for those na nako-confused, mag-substitute tayo. Let's say a is equal to square root of x. Okay? So, kung makikita niyo dito, if i-substitute natin yung a dito, ano yung x? X would be a squared. We will have 4 minus a squared over a minus 2. And ito, pwede natin i-factor. We will have 2 minus a, sorry, dito na lang. 2 minus a, tama? 2 plus a over a minus 2. So, ito, pwede natin siyang i-factor. So, actually, factoring to, guys, na method. Gusto ko lang ipakita na hindi always magko-conjugate kapag may square root of x. Limit sa x approaches 4. This one, pwede natin i-factor as 2 minus square root of x, 2 minus square root plus square root of x, sorry, all over square root of x minus 2. Okay, bakit ko yung ginawa? Kasi here, pwede natin itong i-cancel. 2 minus square root of x and square root of x minus 2, that will give us, ano makuha natin? Negative 1, tama? Kasi magkabaliktaran sila, okay? So may iwan tayo with limit as x approaches 4 of negative 2 plus square root of x. Okay? Substitute natin yung 4. Negative 2 plus square root of 4. So that's equal to 2. 2 plus 2. May iwan tayo with negative 4. Okay? Nakuha yung idea nito. Parang dinitreat mo to as difference of 2 squared, x squared minus b squared. So, ang b mo is square root of x. Questions here bago mag-quiz?
Ano po, paano po malalaman if, ayun po, hindi na po conjugation yung gagamitin?
Well, dito, practice actually. Pag nasanay kang familiar ka na with the problems. Dito kasi, let's say, magawa na conjugate. Let's try, okay? Square root of x plus 2 over square root of x plus 2. Okay? Kunwari, ito yung method na ginawa natin. 4 minus x square root of x plus 2 over, ano mangyari sa baba? X minus 4. Correct? Mag-work pa rin naman siya. Pakatag iba yung sign. Saglit lang. Ay, hindi. Tama. Negative 1. Okay? Negative 1 square root of x plus 2. So actually, mag-work naman either. Depende lang. May magka-cancel pala. So mag-work pala siya either. Depende na lang kung ano yung makita nyo. For some, mas madali to. For some, mas nag-gets nila to. So, bahala na kayo sa approach. As you can see, pareho lang yung sagot. Substitute 4. Square root of 4 plus 2. That's equal to 4. Okay, negative times negative 1. So, negative 4. Pareho lang yung sagot. Okay? Pareho lang naman. So, depende lang kung ano yung mas na-imagine nyo or yung mas madaling approach sa inyo. Yung kumbaga, nagkakatalo na lang dito sa algebra na part. Diba? Kung anong algebra yung mas madali sa'yo. This one, multiplying by conjugate or using factoring. So, as you can see, pagdating sa limits, lahat yun, algebra, diba? Yung concept ng limit itself is madali. Hindi naman complicated. Yung idea niya, kung anong value ng y, kapag yung x natin nag-approach ng certain number. Okay? Mahirap yung part ng algebra. Okay, kailangan natin mag-jump. Tama? Actually, madami pa to. Yung sa absolute value, ito yung medyo tricky actually. So, paano pa? Sige. Anyway, time na kasi. Absolute value medyo tricky, tsaka yung trigonometry. Hindi ko na nga sinama kasi alam kung hindi natin makakover. Sige, answer this one. Mag-rest lang din ako. Pero answer this one, tapos saka tayo mag-next part. Okay. Tata natin. May questions pa? Nakuha ba yung sagot? 0 and 2 square root of 3. So, pwedeng itong method or pwedeng yung conjugate. Ito parang tinreat ko siya as difference of 2 squares since nasa taas. Okay? Nakuha ba yung sagot, Jedy?
Yes po.
Good. Ano ang tawag dito? Okay lang ba if